Welcome to the Wholehearted Truths podcast. We've got a little bit of sass, maybe today a lot of sass, mixed with grit, grace, and a whole lot of faith. And Megan is going to bring the sass today. I know it. I am excited for you all to meet this friend of mine who I have not been able to physically hug yet, but online have been able to. We connected. Well, I'm going to let her tell that story of how we connected. So Megan, let's go ahead and turn it over to you for a quick little intro so we know who we're talking to.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate that. And hello, everybody. My name is Megan, and I am by trade a branding photographer and coach. And more than anything, I love to say that I work with the human spirit, and it is important to me to just connect with people, which is partially why Emily and I are here right now, because I love connection. And I am somebody who just loves just to find the fun, frivolous parts of life, whether it's through colorful, clothes or decor, or, just having fun in the little spaces and places that sometimes we forget about in the hustle of life. And so that's kind of me in a nutshell.
So much packed in that nutshell. And if you all are watching on YouTube, you can see her beautiful background, like the creativeness that she has, the fun that she brings. When you go follow her on social, we'll put the links down below. You're gonna see that spark. But Megan, let's hear about that. Let's give some people a little tip here. Talk about how you use Instagram and the power of connections. How is that beneficial? And give us your best tip.
Yeah, I love platforms that help us connect because I think, right, there's so much beauty in the, in-person connection, but there is so much more out there, and there's so many more people out there that we might not just walk by on the street because we're not local. Geographically, we won't meet them. And so for me, there's so much when you put intention into creating connections on the social media platforms, whether it's Instagram or another one that you might be on, there is so much beauty to be had. And so for me, it's all about intentionality. When you're going on, not just scrolling and doom scrolling and all of these things, like what are you on there for? If you're on there for connection or growth or great conversation, then go in with that, right? And that's exactly what I do. So my biggest tip is to know why, whenever you reach for your phone, when you grab it, and mine's right here, when you grab it to go on there, who are you looking to connect with? Like-minded people, hopefully, and how and where are they, and go in with that kind of intention of, I'm going to go and connect with those people. I'm going to go hype them up on their posts. I'm going to, see what they're doing out there and just let them know that somebody's listening and somebody's seeing what they're doing. And so that's my biggest tip. It's not necessarily anything super strategic, but it is just being intentional and not allowing social media to get the bad rap that it can get by just allowing it to suck you in, using it with, some mindfulness. And then you're going to really find some really great people and really great conversation too.
I hope people will stop right here and like replay that part a couple of times over and over because we get such in this like bad rap of, oh, I was scrolling on social media. I got stuck scrolling for days. What if, one of my favorite sayings, we flip the script and we make it very intentional and personable? I personally, whenever I see a comment back from Megan, I'm like, woo, she's about to lift me up. Hold on. I got to take a deep breath for this one. I'm so excited. That should be how you view social media if you are putting yourself in the right places and being intentional about who you're connecting with. So I love what you said. And I love even more your love for dance. It was one of the first things that drew me to you. And I was like, yes, she's my girl. So talk to us about dance. Why do you do it? When did it start? Walk us through.
Well, where it started was literally when I was 3, if we're being completely honest, in the whole scheme of all of it, right? Was put in as a 3-year-old because, just looking for an outlet, and fell in love with it. Did it most of my life as a dancer, competitive dancer, all these things. And then when I went into college in the earlier parts of my career, I taught and choreographed and things like that. So that's kind of what I call the more formal section of my dance love. But now in my life, because I've always had a love for it, it is like an intentional healing tool for me. And it is something that I make sure is in my daily life, so much so that I encourage people to pick one song a day and dance, even if on the days you don't want to do it, it's really when you need it most. But for me, what dance does is it gets some of that energy out when we're feeling stuck or heavy or overwhelmed, confused, or just sometimes I just wake up feeling anxious and I can just feel it kind of rustling around in my chest. I'm like too aware of my body. And for me, I know that means I'm anxious. And so if I get up and I put on a couple songs or I put on a whole playlist while I'm getting ready or whatever it is, I feel the change that happens. And I know this to be true for others because I see when I am with clients face to face, when I'm with them in sessions, or they're in front of my camera, which can be a little bit overwhelming and daunting for most people. I can see when I need to kind of, hey, what's your favorite artist? Let's put a playlist on. Hey, what's your favorite song? What makes you loosen up? And so so many of us already love music. So it's not like I'm saying anything that's rocket science, but again, I'm going to step into the idea of intentionality with music, right? I'm using it as a tool and not just letting it be in the background. Maybe bring it to the forefront of your mind, and how you're using it, when you're using it, allows us to see the gift that it can be, because it is so powerful. It is just beautiful. And so that's where and why my love is such so grand for it, because I see what it does in my life. I've seen the transformation, especially in this stage of my life where I've always known dance to be an outlet, but now it's like, this is something that shifts me and makes me this confident person that I am perceived to be, which I am, but I'm also shy and unsure and all those things too. But music and dance can help me step into that confident side.
Yes, girl. We're similar on that journey where we started way back when. And then just seeing how that journey unfolds as we get older. You and I aren't choreographing for people anymore, but we're just taking things to use as a tool now. You're in my head during the day when I can feel myself, my cheeks get flushed, my heart rate starts to raise, and I'm like, whoa, girl, take a step back. Megan's in your head. Go dance. You need to take a break. So
Yes.
thank you so much for doing that. And that is what I want to leave you all with for homework today. I never want you to listen to a podcast episode and be like, now what? I'm going to tell you what. Set an alarm on your phone. I know you have it close to you. Grab that phone, set an alarm, at least for this next week, and give yourself a dance break. Make it be the same time every day, whenever you think is kind of a rough spot in your day, and get up and get some movement in. And then Megan and I want to hear about it. So connect with us on social. I will put the links down below in the show notes for you, so that you can do that. We want to hear about that experience for you. Megan, thank you so much for being a guest today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. I had so much fun and I love this conversation so much. So can't wait to see everybody dancing and having fun.
Yay! Thanks, Megan. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you back here soon.